A stone circle older than any temple, built by people who hadn't even learned to farm. How could they have moved 16-ton monoliths? In this video you'll walk the silent steps of Göbekli Tepe's builders, decode the animal carvings, and confront the biggest unanswered question of prehistoric humanity. Then, watch the moment when a shattered pillar reveals a hidden chamber that could rewrite the story of civilization. A lone stone tower rises from the mist, its T-shaped silhouette casting a shadow that seems to whisper an ancient secret. Who raised this monument when the world was still wild, and why? We begin in a world of roaming bands, hunting gazelle and gathering wild wheat, a landscape of steppe grassland stretching beneath a sky unmarked by cities. Archaeologists once believed such peoples lived only in temporary camps, their lives dictated by the seasons. Yet a massive stone circle sits atop a limestone plateau, defying that notion. The first clue emerged in 1963, when a Turkish survey noted an odd rise of stones. It sat unnoticed for 3 decades, a silent puzzle waiting for a curious mind. Enter Klaus Schmidt, a German archaeologist whose career had taken him to the nearby Neolithic quarry site. In 1994 he recognized the pattern, a deliberately arranged set of massive pillars, each carved with beasts and abstract symbols. But here's what nobody expected: radiocarbon dating placed the construction at 10,000 BCE, 10,000 years before the first known cities, and centuries before any evidence of systematic farming at the site. The pillars themselves are colossal, some 5.5 meters tall, weighing up to 16 tons, yet they were quarried from nearby limestone, shaped with stone tools, and hauled uphill without wheels or beasts of burden. And then, everything changed. Excavations revealed that the circles were not open-air arenas but roof chambers, their ceilings collapsing repeatedly, only to be rebuilt again and again. The walls of these chambers were lined with bas-relief carvings, gazelles leaping, snakes coiling, foxes prowling, each animal rendered with a precision that suggests reverence, not mere decoration. Yet the most puzzling element is the abstract symbols, spirals, intersecting lines, and what some call proto-writing. No consensus exists on their meaning, and they appear alongside the animal motifs. The site's location adds another layer of intrigue. Perched 15 meters above the surrounding plain, it overlooks the headwaters of the Göbekli River, a natural crossroads for migrating herds. A breakthrough came when archaeologists uncovered a cache of animal bones, wild gazelle, aurochs, and even a few domesticated goats, arranged in a pattern that suggests ritual feasting. But the biggest twist arrived in 2018, when a geophysical survey revealed a hidden subchamber beneath one of the pillars, sealed for millennia and containing a cache of polished stone tools. These tools are unlike anything found in contemporary Neolithic sites, finely ground, balanced for precision, hinting at a sophisticated craft tradition that predates pottery. The discovery forced scholars to reconsider a long-standing assumption, that agriculture sparked the rise of complex societies. Could it be that shared belief systems, expressed through monumental architecture, drove people to settle and farm? Support for this reversal comes from pollen analysis. Tiny grains trapped in the site's sediment show a sudden increase in wild cereals around the same time the pillars were erected. Yet the question remains, why build such an elaborate sanctuary without a permanent settlement? Recent digs uncovered modest domestic structures nearby, suggesting a semi-sedentary community may have lived in the shadow of the hill. And then, a new enigma, a series of shallow pits filled with waterlogged charcoal, indicating the presence of a sophisticated water collection system, an engineering feat for a people still hunting wild game. The iconography may hold the key. Some scholars argue the animals represent constellations, a prehistoric star map guiding seasonal migrations and agricultural cycles. Others see a narrative of myth, snakes as chaos, lions as power, gazelles as fertility, suggesting the site functioned as a theater of belief, a place where stories were performed and reinforced. Whatever the interpretation, the sheer labor invested, moving stone, carving, rebuilding roofs, implies a coordinated social structure, perhaps the earliest evidence of organized leadership. The climax arrives as we return to the hidden subchamber. Inside, a perfectly balanced stone sphere rests on a shallow depression, its surface polished to a mirror-like sheen, an object that could have served as a ritual focal point, a sun disk, or a symbolic eye of the deity. When the sphere was lifted, a faint echo resonated through the stone, and a hidden wall slid open, revealing a narrow passage lined with more abstract carvings, perhaps a secret archive of the builder's knowledge. This discovery forces us to ask, did Göbekli Tepe serve as a knowledge hub, a proto-library where early humans stored cosmological concepts before they could write them down? The mystery deepens because the site was deliberately buried, its pillars toppled, its chambers filled with earth, as if its creators wanted to hide it from future eyes. Why erase such a monumental achievement? Some propose a cultural shift, perhaps the rise of agriculture made the old hunter-gatherer rituals obsolete, prompting a symbolic burial. Others suggest a cataclysm, earthquake, landslide, or flood, forced the abandonment and subsequent covering of the site, preserving it for millennia. What we do know is that Göbekli Tepe stands as a testament to humanity's capacity to imagine, organize, and build long before the plow turned the soil. Today, only about 10% of the site has been excavated, leaving vast unknown chambers waiting to be uncovered, each promising new clues to the ancient mind. The lingering question remains, what drove these people to create the world's first temple, and what does that say about the origins of belief itself? Göbekli Tepe reminds us that the spark of imagination can outshine technology, that belief can move mountains before the plow ever turns the earth. If you're fascinated by the mysteries that still lie beneath our feet, hit subscribe, ring the bell, and join us as we keep digging for the stories that rewrite humanity's past.